So about me, once again, I'm Katia Dean. I am the co-founder of Katia Cyber. If you follow me on LinkedIn all this time, I also give y'all my comical relief through my emojis that brighten up everybody's day. I'm also a cybersecurity technical resume writer, and I also authored my first ebook called The Struggle is Real, a blueprint to and starting to the cybersecurity discipline that I'm very proud about because I actually share my story looking for employment during the government shutdown. I was unemployed for 9 months. I share my stories with interviewing, also going through the job searching process, and I also share other people's stories within my book to make sure that you all understand that cybersecurity, there is no linear path. You can get to cybersecurity many ways. So make sure y'all check that out. It's on my website. So what is cybersecurity? So normally cybersecurity, we all look at cybersecurity as a, hey, I want to be a hacker. I go into the system, I defend the network against bad guys. However, we also need to consider that cybersecurity also has non-technical roles. So for instance, my wonderful picture that I chose today, you will also be a project manager that is also a role within cybersecurity. But for you to all understand that cybersecurity is more than just hacking, I actually like Dr. Hasid's definition, which is also in his book, Cybersecurity Leadership, that I also recommend that everybody check out as well. And his definition is cybersecurity is the mission focused and risk governance of information, which maximizes confidentiality, integrity, and availability using balanced mix of people, policy, and technology improving over time. So that definition to me, also in layman's terms, is basically business processes and technology, which to me makes it easier for people to understand that there are a lot of areas within cybersecurity. And if you just think that cyber is just one path, then you're actually missing out on all the other areas within cyber. So today we are going to discuss certifications and how to use your transferable skills. So everyone know I live and breathe the NIST 800-181 publication, which is the cybersecurity workforce publication that I love to death. But the main area that I noticed that people fall into when I'm helping them with their resumes is the operate and maintain side, the oversee and governance, and then investigate. And there's actually 7 areas within this publication, and they will eventually update this publication because they probably need to add some more things dealing with cloud, of course, big data, machine learning, and also artificial intelligence. So what this graphic that I also love a lot that I actually go over this in my course, by the way, that's also on my website. This is using the CompTIA certifications and actually aligning it to the NIST 800-181 document. So normally when I help a lot of people, everyone say, oh, Katia, I want to get cybersecurity, and everybody for some ungodly reason say, oh, let me get the Security Plus to start off. The Security Plus, yes, is a great entry level cert to start off. But what I also noticed is that when people get the Security Plus, a lot of people just automatically go to the help desk side and they just think, oh, well, for me to get into cyber, I just need to go to help desk. But to me, that's only one area within cyber, as I mentioned before. So I'm going to go very high level and give you all examples of how you can use your transferable skills and also align these two certain areas. So for instance, the investigate side, let's say you come from a law enforcement background or maybe a criminal justice background. So you will fall under the investigate area, and the 2 sections that you will focus on is digital forensics and cyber investigation. For these certifications, as I mentioned before, hey, let's just say you have the Security Plus, then you could consider going to the investigate side because you actually have that certification that aligns to that path. And also for cyber investigation, as you can see, according to the document, you only need one certification, which is the pen test certification. I'm actually in the section of overseeing governance due to my job experience. So some of the job titles that I have held is a system test engineer, cybersecurity engineer, senior technical manager, program analyst, and right now I'm currently a system engineer. And I will fall under the program and project management side of cybersecurity. Now, I would tell everyone, no, I do not have certifications. And the reason why I do not have certification is because even though I support, even though I support various DoD, even though I support various DoD projects, one of the requirements said, hey, you know, if you had the Security Plus, we could get you into a cybersecurity role. However, I knew that if I was to get the Security Plus cert, that the roles that I would have, I would actually not use that certification. And to me, that would just be a resume pattern for, I mean, that would be like a resume filler. So I don't have any certs. However, according to the document, as you can see, the Cloud Plus, and then also I think that's the CABS. So for instance, my current role, I'm actually learning about the cloud. So I'm actually studying for the AWS Cloud Practitioner exam because we're using the cloud. I mean, we use AWS. So according to this document, this certification actually aligned to what I'm doing. So I'm doing AWS, I will actually get a cloud cert. And this is just an example. A lot of people also fall under the operate and maintain side, which is knowing my system admin people, IT support specialist people, everybody fall under this path, and most of everyone always get the Security Plus, Network Plus, and A Plus for this particular role. If you are, a lot of people also think, well, you know, I have a web development background or a software development background, and I'm not in cybersecurity. Well, you actually are in cybersecurity, and you fall under the security provision section of this document, and you will fall under the software development side, or also as people are actually earning their AWS solutions architect cloud right now, they will also fall under the security provision side, and they could look into the system architect side of cybersecurity because you are learning about the architecture things of cybersecurity. Now, the last two sections, analyze and I think it's collect and operate. A lot of people normally don't fit in those areas too much. I actually had a client recently that had a law enforcement background. So he actually fell into these two areas a lot. So if you come from like an Intel background, then you will fall under the analyze and collect side of cybersecurity. So this document here, you could download it, reference it. I highly recommend to download this so you will understand that, hey, yes, you are getting certs, but you actually need to have a path. Like, what is your overall goal of getting this cert? Not, hey, let me get this cert because everybody told me to get the Security Plus. And then when you go out to look for a job, you still don't know what jobs are out there, which I know there's a lot of people are still struggling with that now. So the next cert I want to actually go over is the AWS Cloud certification because people are getting these like hotcakes. Like honestly, like every time I go on LinkedIn, people have like 11 certifications. And I actually had a post last week that I asked this question: why, you know, where's the purpose of getting 11 AWS certifications? Why shouldn't you just focus on one area? Now, this is just my opinion. To me, for instance, I'm doing the foundation part. So I'm doing the AWS Cloud Practitioner. For me, looking at this roadmap, I'm focused on a path. So what role do I see myself doing? I know I don't like architecture. I look at architecture, I'm like, what is this? I'm not interested in it. I don't want to do that. Developer, I definitely know I don't want to be a developer because I don't like programming. So I'm like, oh no, I'm not about to do this. So for me, when I'm looking at this, I will go on the operations side because I want to know, hey, we already done with everything. I just want to make sure that the cloud is up and running. So for my path in a way, I'm going for my AWS certification is I'm starting off at the cloud practitioner. Then I will go to the systems admin, and I would probably switch over and go over to the specialty area, maybe go security, or maybe go big data. I'm not really for sure. But this is how I look at this roadmap. And I also want to say to people out there, there's nothing wrong with getting all 11 certifications because that is a huge accomplishment. However, I look at it as though when you are actually going out there to look for a job, and yes, you have 11 certifications, but you actually need to ask yourself, can I speak to those 11 certifications that I earned? So if you're on an interview and they ask you the basics of a system architect, or maybe you have to demo something dealing with system architecture or the development side or the big data side, can you actually articulate what you learned from those certs? Because if not, then once again, those resumes are just going to be, those certifications is just going to be a resume pattern for your resume. And now you're going to be wondering, oh, I got all these certifications and now I can't find a job. So keep that out there. Another thing is, of course, cloud again. Everybody is also looking to Google Cloud. That's another one. As you can see here, this is a basic roadmap to do your Google Cloud certifications, the foundation that you can see here for Google. You can start off as a cloud engineer. If you want to, you could go to the architecture side and then you could actually specialize in a particular area. So hypothetically speaking, if I was working for a company and they were using Google Cloud, I would start off at the foundation. As I mentioned before, I don't care too much for architecture, so I would skip that. That's just me. And then I will focus on a specialized area. And the reason why I say a specialized area, everybody have conflicting things with this too. I say specialized because the environment I come from, they look for people that specialize sometimes in one thing. And the reason why I say that is because one, you will set yourself apart because that's your niche, that's what you know. And a lot of people might not actually have that skill. But if you're someone that, hey, I want to, now I would say there's nothing wrong with, hey, I want to learn everything. But sometimes you could say, hey, I want to learn everything. But then that probably also look like you don't know what you want to do with your life because your path is all over the place. And then you also get confused when you go out and look for jobs again because you all over the place because you want to learn everything. So I feel as though if you specialize in something, you become accustomed to that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe just say 5 years, 6 years. Hey, I'm going to specialize in this particular area. And then maybe like the seventh year, okay, let me try something different. But you specialize in something will actually put you ahead of someone else. And some resources out there to help you learn: Udemy, Teachable, Cyber, I probably said that wrong, Master IT, a Cloud Guru, Wiz Labs, and I'm sure I'm missing a few others, but these are the most common ones that everyone uses to study for any type of certification. And for y'all to contact me if you need anything about cybersecurity, resume services, career development. Also, you're a counselor, somebody to vent to. You can catch me on my website, on LinkedIn. If you want to connect with me, please leave a message because I am busy, and I will also screen your profile because I just don't want to connect you just because you connected with me. I actually like meaningful connections. And that is my presentation or certifications. So I hope y'all learned something.